What if I told you one single structure could control water for hundreds of millions of people, generate more electricity than entire countries, and at the same time, spark international fear, environmental chaos, and geopolitical tension? This is not science fiction. This is China's $167 billion mega dam project, one of the most controversial engineering projects in human history. Some call it a symbol of progress. Others call it a weapon disguised as infrastructure. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why the world is watching China very closely. Stay till the end, because what happens here could reshape global power, water security, and the future of Asia. China is already home to the Three Gorges Dam, the largest hydroelectric dam on Earth. But this new project? It's on a whole different level. China is planning massive hydropower projects along major river systems, including regions close to Tibet and international river basins, rivers that flow into other countries like India, Bangladesh, and Southeast Asia. The estimated cost is a staggering $167 billion. The expected power generation is more than the total electricity output of many nations, and the level of water control it offers is unprecedented. You see, this dam isn't just about electricity, it's about control. Control over energy, control over water, control over regional influence, and even control over climate resilience. It's a massive power play with global consequences. So, why does China want this dam so badly? There are three major goals behind this mega dam. First, energy security. China is the world's largest energy consumer. Coal causes devastating pollution, and relying on foreign oil creates dependency. Hydropower, on the other hand, is clean, domestic, and incredibly powerful. This dam could power entire megacities, support a nationwide fleet of electric vehicles, and help China meet its ambitious carbon emission reduction targets. Second, defense against climate change. Floods, droughts, and unpredictable rainfall are becoming more common and more severe. Dams give China the power to control floods during the wet season and store massive amounts of water for use during dry spells. This stabilizes agriculture and protects its population from the increasing volatility of nature. The third goal is strategic power, and this is where it gets really complicated. Water is the new oil. Whoever controls the upstream rivers has immense leverage over the downstream economies, their agriculture, and their drinking water supply. When you control the tap, you control everything that relies on the water flowing from it, and that's where the controversy truly begins. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Many of Asia's most important rivers, like the Mekong, the Brahmaputra, and the Indus, originate in China. When China builds massive dams upstream, downstream countries have every reason to worry. They face the risk of reduced water flow, which could cripple their farms and cities. They fear sudden, devastating floods if China releases huge amounts of water from the dams without warning. This could lead to agricultural collapse and long-term water scarcity, threatening the very survival of millions. Countries like India, Bangladesh, Vietnam, and Myanmar depend heavily on these rivers for their livelihood and national security. The fear isn't just environmental, it's deeply geopolitical. Some experts call this hydropower diplomacy, a way for China to gain influence through infrastructure. Others are more blunt, calling it water warfare without weapons. And right now, there's no international law strong enough to regulate it or stop a country from building dams on its own territory, even if it harms its neighbors. Mega dams don't come without a price, and the environmental and human cost is often staggering. Building projects of this scale can mean displacing millions of people from their homes, wiping entire communities off the map. It can destroy critical wildlife habitats, pushing endangered species to the brink of extinction. In geologically active areas, the sheer weight of the water in a massive reservoir can increase the risk of earthquakes. The entire river ecosystem can be permanently altered. Past projects have shown us what can happen. Fish populations collapse as their migration routes are blocked. Fertile land downstream disappears as dams trap nutrient-rich silt, and ancient cultures and archaeological sites vanish forever underwater. Critics argue you can't call it green energy if it destroys ecosystems and human lives. China insists it has learned from past mistakes and will implement better environmental and social safeguards. But skeptics, especially neighboring countries, aren't convinced. So is this engineering genius or a global risk? It depends entirely on who you ask. Supporters will tell you it's a monumental achievement in clean energy and a shining example of technological progress. They'll argue it's absolutely necessary for China's development and its fight against climate change. On the other hand, critics see a terrifying concentration of power in the hands of one government. They see an environmental time bomb waiting to go off. And they see a powerful political weapon that gives China unprecedented leverage over its neighbors. Think about it. One structural failure, one engineering miscalculation, or one catastrophic natural disaster like an earthquake could have devastating consequences, affecting millions of people across multiple borders. This is no longer just China's issue. It has become a global concern. This megadam project really represents a bigger, more fundamental question. Who controls the world's natural resources in the 21st century? As we move into the future, water may become far more valuable than oil. The control of energy and water infrastructure may define global power more than armies and navies. And mega projects like this one could shape diplomacy and international relations more than traditional treaties. China is betting big on this future, and it's making a clear statement about its ambitions. The rest of the world is watching and worrying. China's $167 billion megadam is not just concrete and steel. It's a symbol of ambition, a test of global responsibility, and a stark warning about the future of resource control. So here's the real question I want to leave with you. Is this the future of clean energy and human progress, or is it the beginning of a new era of global conflict over water? If you found this video informative and it made you think, please like the video and subscribe for more deep dives into global business and power dynamics. And I really want to know what you think, so comment below. Progress or danger? Because understanding the world today is the key to navigating the challenges of tomorrow. Thanks for watching.